Alright, how you doing? Welcome to Rappin' Nature. I'm David, and on this channel I pay homage to nature and the ancients. Following my profound experiences in Egypt, I've been on a life-changing and spiritual quest. I explore megaliths, sacred landscapes, and the powerful connection between nature and the ancients. I hope you're able to join me on my journey and subscribe to Rappin' Nature. Cheers! Today we're going to explore Cleeves Cove. This is a limestone natural cave system in North Ayrshire in Scotland. It features over 500 feet of passageways on 3 main levels with some chambers and multiple exits. In Scottish folklore, caves like these were believed to be entrances to the other world or homes of fairies, elves. It's known as Elf House or Elf Hame. The locals at that time believed that magical creatures had made this their abode.
Snakes. There we go. Watch out for the old snakes.
The sign on the tree saying beware snakes, maybe that should have been enough to stop me going forward, but here we go as we keep going on. I should add, if you do plan to come here, do come with someone else. I was on my own. Also, I would recommend bringing multiple light sources. I had one headlamp I would use as the main one. I had a spare one in my pocket and I had a torch as well. So you do need to come prepared. I'd also suggest that, if you're, in terms of what you're wearing, wear wellies. In an ideal world, wear an all-in-one boiler suit, because when I came out, I was absolutely caked in mud. The cave system lies above duskwater, so there is a risk of flooding as well, so definitely that's something you need to be aware of too. It was a wee bit of a mission, a bit of trial and error to find it. Walking down here, which was quite slippery, again, right next to the water. And it's thought this has been used historically by smugglers, possibly as refuge by Covenanters in the 17th century. A number of man-made objects have been found here during excavations in the 1800s. Objects such as a flint knife, bone spoon, bronze finger rings, a stag's horn handle, spearheads, an Iron Age battle axe, and a cut-class emerald. As I'm sure by now, I love a wee bit of cave action, so I'm always, for some reason I'm drawn to the dark, to these very enclosed, claustrophobic spaces, the silence, the solitude, feeling that fear of the unknown, these threshold spaces, entering the dark. It's that, it's symbolic, that symbolic descent perhaps into the underworld or our subconscious. I couldn't find it at first. Took me a few attempts. I knew it was right next to the river. So I was following my nose a wee bit to try and find the entrance to Cleeves Cove. As you walk down this, it's very slippery here, right next to the water. It's like so close to the water. It wasn't something I was fully aware of, I think, before coming here. And then when I did find it, there was a relief, but a different set of emotions. Fear. I felt the fear straight away.
Approach.
There is that moment of fear, you feel it. It's a physical thing as you step into the darkness here, into the unknown on your own. And again, that darkness, that silence, that solitude. The height as well, I'm about 6'1", so straight away I was squat walking as I walked along. And it wasn't long before I had a rucksack on. It wasn't long before I had to take my rucksack off. And there's different ways, different passageways to get to the other side. I was following my instincts at this point. And if you're claustrophobic in any way, this is actually going to be your worst nightmare. It's definitely not a place I'd recommend to come to. And the thoughts in my head at this point were, do I keep going? How long is this passageway going to go on for? Do I stop? Do I go back? Am I going to find my way back? But I was just kept going. Usually when I come to caves, I'll take a moment, I'll try and kind of soak it up all in. But at this point, I want to get through to the other side. I'm really fascinated how the ancients experienced spaces like this. The caves like this were seen as portals to the other world. Even when I was there, it's like that sense you're crossing this threshold. It's not just physical, it's psychological. You're leaving, the land, daylight, the known world, and going somewhere else, into the earth, dark, silent, into the unknown. These caves and ancient natural places, they still speak to us. I think landscapes hold ancient memory. They confront us, spaces like this. They challenge us, scare us for sure. Make you reflect on that line between the known and the unknown. And I think that's what so much of these exploring places like this is what it's really about. At this point, I was wondering, how long is it going to take for me to see the light and reach the other end? It was way past the point of no return. I had to keep going. I was soaked and absolutely caked in mud and out of breath in this very small, dark, claustrophobic space. With one hand, I was filming it. The other hand, I was actually dragging my rucksack along the ground because there was no space for it to be on my back. And then finally, what felt like an eternity, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. What a moment of relief of emerging and seeing that daylight, It's just, again, like this very strong metaphor for these ancient places, entering into the dark, this symbolic descent into the underworld or the subconscious. And then, coming out into the light, that kind of feeling or thought of rebirth, relief, and initiation.
There we go. So there we go. Cleeves Cove here in Ayrshire. Got a wee bit ropey. It's like you enter. There's that moment of fear almost as you go into the unknown. You go into this cave, and wow, what an experience. What an absolute experience. I think it's up to 150 feet long from one end to the other. There's 3 different ways to do it. Oh, but it's just, I don't know, you just keep going, you keep pushing through. Oh, that was quite something. I always like the silence with these places. It's a bit of a tight spot, so I'm not exactly a wee kind of slim fella, so it was a bit ropey at times. I had to take the rucksack off and I'm absolutely covered in mud. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a wee like, comment and subscribe to Rep in Nature. Alright, nice one. Cheers.